8,
7,
6,
5,
4,
3,
2, 1.
All right. Hey,
Hello,
hey.
everybody.
Hey, Skywalkers.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Yay, we got a few people on Instagram right now. I got Justin Smith, Imperial Senate Pod.
Hey.
Excellent. Oh, someone's commenting. Who do we got? Oh,
Julie.
oh no, Julie's not home. Yeah, I hope everything's okay, Julie. I didn't want to mention it on the live stream, but yeah. Yeah. Thinking of you and your family. All right. Sorry you're not home yet. I hope you'll get home soon. All right. Who else we have here? Who's joining us today?
Because we're going to be talking about some Halloween content.
Yeah.
Some viewing content.
Mm-hmm.
Can't really say shows anymore because they're not shows.
Ah.
Oh. So Glenn can come on later on, talk about ICCC.
Okay, excellent.
I'm interested to hear about that.
Good. Vignesh is here. Okay. And James is here as well.
Hey.
Excellent, guys. Well, where are you tuning in from? Where are you tuning in from?
All right, we're tuning in from Long Beach, California. And tuning in and watching. In a couple of seconds, once again, we're going to talk about some Halloween stuff because it is October. And even though we're celebrating in August, but now we can really feel like we can celebrate Halloween and watch Halloween and eat Halloween stuff.
Yes. We love it.
We've been going to Trader Joe's on a weekly basis.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Ugh. So, Wesley's joining us on Instagram.
Hey, Wesley.
Hey, Wesley. Yeah, we've been going to Trader Joe's getting their pumpkin stuff. It's very exciting.
Yeah,
So-
don't get their pumpkin cheesecake because you will get addicted.
What if we got? Oh, well, it's just the pumpkin cake, like the sheet cake,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it's
You
got
will
this
get addicted.
amazing cream cheese frosting on it. We really shouldn't be eating it, but we are.
No.
And then we're running a lot.
We're sharing
walking.
before we share, yeah.
Yeah. Then
Night
we're walking
walks.
out at night and looking at the Halloween decorations. We went on a 3-mile walk last night.
Mm-hmm.
It was good. It was very good. Yeah.
All right, with that, let's go ahead and start.
Yeah. I was like, wait, what are we missing?
And
We're
then
missing
put the link in
Our
the
music. Oh, okay.
comments.
Okay, I will. All right. So here we go. You know what? Let me do the link right away in case anyone wants to pop up.
Yeah, because there were a lot of
on
conventions this last weekend.
screen that we couldn't go to.
Yes,
'Cause
there was
we
the
were
ICCCC, and I think the HelsiCon was this weekend too.
Oh, geez.
And-
wow.
And Los Angeles Comic-Con.
Yeah, with Ewan McGregor and
lot.
Hayden
All right.
Christensen.
All right, here we go on this episode of Things We Want to Share.
Things we want to share. Things we want to share. Things we want to share.
All
All
right.
right, so we put the link in the comments of pop on in just
Yeah.
a little bit.
All
But
right.
until then, Sarah, tell everyone what is the main focus on episode 486 of Skywalking Through Neverland.
Okay, well, coming up this week, if you were here watching live last week, you may have remembered a comment from Bryn McKinnon telling us that maybe we should do an episode on witches. And so we took her up on that.
Okay.
Let's do it. So
Done and done.
did a ton of research this week. And we did a whole episode on witches, and you'll learn a lot about the lore and the history. It's not just the witch trials, it's more about the lore and the history and things around witches, kind of things that really talk about Agatha all along. So that's really cool. So we are going to have that episode out on Thursday.
On Thursday. There
Yeah.
are some things in there I had learned.
Yeah.
All right. Rex Gordon is saying much love from Florida.
Excellent.
Now, how close are you from the impending hurricane?
Oh, yeah. I know that's going to hit the west coast of Florida. Yeah. So.
Yeah. So, Rex, you're like Central Florida, right? You take care of yourself out there.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right. Glenn.
Luna. Oh, so.
I'm in the path. What?
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh no. Uh-oh, Wesley. Uh-oh. Are you going to evacuate? Or is that more mid-country? Let us know.
Your front yard?
Oh. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
All right. Well, be safe out
yeah,
there,
yeah.
Skywalkers.
If you guys want to come down here to Long Beach,
Yeah.
please. It's safe over here.
Oh, Orlando is okay.
We'll see.
All right.
This is like the second hurricane you've had in like a week.
Orlando's in the path. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, it really is, except I think the other hurricane hit the other side.
Hey.
My goodness.
Yes.
Okay.
Couldn't find any gas.
Oh,
boy.
no. All right. Wow.
All right. Well, party in Long Beach tonight.
Yeah.
Everyone, pack your bags. Rex, Wesley, come on over.
Yeah.
Casa de Skywalker. All right. So while you pack your bags, we are gonna talk about Rex was born in a hurricane.
Oh, wow. Oh my goodness.
And we'll go out in one. That's like me in a snowstorm. I was born in a blizzard.
Mm.
So snow, big blizzards don't bother me.
Yeah. Carmen Miller is also wishing everyone on Instagram. They showed a massive flow of cars getting out. Stay safe.
Ooh.
Yes. Okay.
All right, let's pick things up by talking about Halloween Fair. What have we been watching? Every week, every year, we have to watch our slate of Halloween stuff. We haven't seen The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. We got to see that.
Oh, not this year. Yes.
Yeah, not this year.
yeah.
We haven't seen that one yet.
Mm-mm.
We haven't really started our Halloween watching until last. Well, it slow start with Agatha all along.
Right.
Then, but the actual Halloween stuff last night.
Right. I know. Was that yesterday? Was that?
Yeah. That was with the new Salem's Lot. Now, has anyone yet seen the new Salem's Lot that just premiered on Max? Now, this
I saw it.
You did, and we did. I couldn't wait to see this because I think at the end of August, I had bought the book on Kindle, Salem's Lot by Stephen King, because I wanted to read the book before the new movie came out. That didn't happen.
It's really long.
I got like halfway through the book, and the book is 656 pages long.
Oh.
I got to like page 330 something.
Okay.
But I love me some Stephen King, but Stephen, pick up the pace. He'll go on for pages and chapters about something that's got nothing to do with anything. So sometimes I'll fall out. I was going at a pretty big clip there for a while. Then you start talking about the mailman. It's like it's got nothing to do with anything.
Well, let's tell them if people don't know, Salem's Lot is basically what's his name's take? What's his name? Author? On vampires.
Okay, so the summary of Salem's Lot.
Oh, there we go.
Writer Ben Mears returns to his childhood home of Jerusalem's Lot in search of inspiration, only to discover his hometown is being preyed upon by a bloodthirsty vampire, leading him to band together with a ragtag group to fight them.
Now, I was pleasantly surprised when we started watching this movie to see Lewis Pullman, who is Bill Pullman's son and is like spitting image of Bill Pullman in the 90s, who incidentally I had a huge crush on thanks to While You Were Sleeping.
I don't see it. You had to convince me that this is Bill Pullman, even though
really?
we knew it was Bill Pullman's son, but
right.
You had to convince me that they were spitting images.
Oh my God, they totally are.
I don't see it.
But yeah, he was also, Lewis Pullman was in Lessons in Chemistry with Brie Larson. And so, yeah, now I feel like a cougar, but I really think he's cute.
All right. Also in the new Salem's Lot 2024 is Mackenzie Lee, Alfre Woodard,
yes,
John Benjamin Hickey, Bill Camp, Jordan Preston Carter, and William Sadler. Now, William Sadler, I knew I recognized him. He was the police chief.
Okay.
He was Death in Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
Oh, wow.
And Bill and Ted Face the Music.
What?
Also, he's a Stephen King veteran. He was also in Shawshank Redemption and The Green Mile.
Okay. Wow.
So, I think since the last time maybe you had seen him, he had aged a little because his face looked a little puffier.
Totally. Yeah. Okay. Shawshank Redemption was, I guess he was one of the...
He was one of the prisoners.
Yeah.
His name was Haywood.
Okay. No, I can kind of see he was a real scrappy guy.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Back then, but he was like 20 something,
Right.
probably.
Now, this is the third remake of Salem's Lot. First, there was the 1979 version.
Okay.
That's the version that I grew up on. It was always on Showcase, which was like our HBO. You had to get a separate box and reach for the switch in the back and turn it on so it would flip over. So that was the 1979 version. Then there was a 2004 version with Rob Lowe.
What?
What?
Was he the writer? Was he Ben Mears?
He was Ben Mears.
Wow.
This is news I literally just learned right now. Rob Lowe was in Salem's Lot.
And also, no one can say literally like Rob Lowe.
Literally, you are right.
Yeah.
Now, the 1979 version was directed by Toby Hooper. Toby Hooper, who directed Texas Chainsaw Massacre,
Oh,
the Salem's Lot,
so was
and
it like
and
more bloody?
Poltergeist.
Was it bloodier? Or you haven't seen it?
It was made for TV, so
Oh, okay.
they had to tone it down.
Huh. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So then it's this once again all comes from the 1975 book Salem's Lot, which I always thought Salem, Mass. This
Right.
is where we went. This takes place in Salem, Mass. That would have been awesome, but no, it takes place in another area of Maine called Jerusalem's Lot.
However, they filmed it
They filmed it.
in
Well,
Ipswich.
yeah, but
Or parts of it.
Salem's Lot was like the shortened version. How everyone's got to shorten down a name.
Oh, right.
So
Jerusalem.
Salem.
That was way too many syllables.
Yes. And even in the movie, they pass by the sign with the Jeru like smeared out, and it just says Salem's Lot.
Oh, I didn't even clock that.
Well, after reading, I didn't know that until I read the book and saw that in the book had a little apostrophe before Salem.
Okay.
All right. So what did you just ask me?
Oh, no, I was just saying how this was filmed. This
Oh.
new movie was filmed in Ipswich.
In Ipswich, Massachusetts, which
Yeah.
is part of Worcester County,
Yeah.
and which is where my sister lives,
Mhm.
which is where we went to go visit her a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
But
so we were like right in that area.
yeah, I gotta ask her if she had seen any part of Salem's Lot, because Worcester is not big, but it's not small. So I gotta ask her
Yeah.
if she had seen any.
It's kind of like
part.
Long Beach.
Yeah,
Long Beach is like 20 minutes from one side to the other. It's not big, but it's definitely bigger than most of the cities
yeah,
in LA.
they could shoot something right here in Long Beach. We wouldn't even know it.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on, did you see Salem's Lot being filmed a few years ago in Worcester? Question mark.
Wow, it spelled Worcester right
Yeah, it's
when you said Worcester.
uh-huh.
Nice.
Now I say a couple of years ago because this was originally shot 4 years ago.
What?
Yes, in like
Took this long?
in September, October of 2020.
My God.
Yeah, and
They did have the COVID credits.
yes,
I saw that. I was like, oh, look, COVID credits.
yes, that's between COVID and then the SAG writers strike.
Oh.
It just kept getting pushed back and pushed back.
And then wasn't it going to go theatrical?
It was going to go theatrical. It was going to be released in September of 2022.
Okay.
And then 2023, and then they just said, okay, let's put it on Max. I think
Hmm.
because all these streaming services, or some of them except for Netflix, losing viewers, so they got to put something up to get people to come back.
Okay.
And it worked. I was very excited to see it on a streaming service.
Yeah. Oh, it was nice that we were able to just watch it. I think it would have been nice theatrically because it was a good movie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, very atmospheric. But before we go into that,
Okay.
the original cut was 3 hours,
What?
which if they took it from a Stephen King novel, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah,
But
it did not need to be.
no, it didn't need to be at all, except for what? If they made it into a mini series,
Oh.
which is what it should and could have been, because the book, let's say it's 656 pages,
Okay.
you check out 100 pages,
Well,
150 pages, brings it down to like 500 pages. Then we have a good crux of a story there.
right. So as you were reading, was there anything you felt you missed from the
Yes,
movie in
yes.
the book?
Now,
Okay.
in the Salem's Lot, you have the Marston's house. That's the big house with a lot of creepy haunted history to it.
Oh.
And in the movie on Max, they threw you right into the end of the first act in the book, where the vampires are now starting to make their way into Salem's Lot.
Okay.
Where in the book it took you forever to see vampires or even hear from a vampire. So this one they threw you right in. So in this Marston house, that's where the Hubert Marston had hung himself, and a
Oh,
lot of controversy and a lot of bad stuff happened in this house, and
okay.
it sat empty. This big house in the middle of this little town sat empty for 40 years until suddenly some new residents wanted to take up into this house,
Right.
and that's Barlow, the main vampire, and his familiar.
Okay. Oh, Bill Medea says it was a miniseries way back in '79.
Oh, you mean
Huh.
you mean the Toby Hooper or David Soul?
You know, it's the '79 version came up on Max, but we didn't click on it.
Yeah,
We thought it was a movie.
I remember that just being a movie.
Wow.
Interesting.
Okay. We'll have to explore.
So you know,
He
like
says yes. Okay.
in the Haunted Mansion movie, where you could throw out the whole movie except for that part where they go back in history to the
Yes.
Hatbox Ghost.
Yes.
That should have been the movie.
Yes.
Well, in this, the whole controversy and the whole haunted past of that house,
Oh.
that could have been its own miniseries.
Okay.
And I'm hoping at some point they do that. But if this had been a miniseries, it could have done like 2 different parts leading up to current day, and the leading up could have been everything that happened in that Marston's
Oh,
house.
that would have been interesting. Yeah.
That'd have been
So
really interesting.
Bill says it was a 2-part
Oh,
miniseries.
yeah. Okay. Yes.
Nice. All right. So maybe on Max they've just rebranded it as a whole long
Right.
thing. But
Mhm.
yeah.
So that was the
Okay.
only part. After reading some of it, I missed the whole history of Salem's Lot and the haunted house.
Okay.
But then,
Got it.
but if you didn't read the book,
No.
So just throwing you right into the moving into the vampires was fine.
It was fine. It worked for me.
It opened up with moving in. They could have called it moving on up with the vampires.
Yeah. And then who's the main character?
The main character
Bill-
is
oh, no.
Ben Mears.
Ben. He moves to town. He moves back to town, I say. And then he meets this girl, Mackenzie Lee, and
Susan.
they like, you know, they have
hit
a
it
meet
off.
cute. They hit it off, and it's very cute. And I liked that right away too. 'Cause
Yeah.
you know me, I like
See,
romance.
I'm not sure if you got this, but Ben grew up in
Yes.
Salem's Lot.
Oh yeah, they definitely
Okay.
mentioned that, and how he grew up until he was 9,
Yes.
and then his parents had an accident.
In a car accident. Yeah.
But I thought that would come back around, the car accident thing.
You would think.
Okay.
This is Stephen King. Things don't always come back full circle.
Okay. Now I did enjoy how Ben's kind of reintroduction to the town through Susan was at the drive-in, and that ends up being the culminating.
Yeah. Okay. We won't spoil it.
Okay.
We won't
Yeah.
spoil it. But
The drive-in ends up being a big place,
set piece.
a big set piece, and that was really cool. Like
Right.
I liked that, how it brought it back around. So to me, it worked really nicely as a film.
So Ben, he's a writer.
Yeah.
And he needs inspiration. So he comes back to Salem's Lot. But they never really say this, but I think he's trying to get closure. Because he was
Yeah.
just whisked away after his parents were killed. He was
Okay.
whisked away. Now he wants to come back and try to make sense of it all.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Now, I love the small town feel. Whenever they would cut to a long shot of this little town, I would always go, "Oh, you see the foliage and these little town, little streets." I just love that feel of it. But when the vampires come, they come, and it's very creepy.
Yeah,
It is very, very.
they're very well done.
Yeah. This is very cinematic, and the vampires have these glowing Sith eyes.
And in the night, they're like almost black and white, where the rest of the
Yeah.
nighttime is more
Mhm.
in color, but they're like completely devoid of any
Color,
tones
yeah.
of color. Yeah, it's neat. Bill is asking, did you catch the cameo of the car Christine as Ben drives
Oh.
through town at the beginning? Now you mentioned some car.
Now this current version takes place in 1975, which
Yes.
I love. And I just mentioned the cars because they were all very period cars. And his car was like this little tiny
Ben's car?
Yeah, Mini Cooper
Yeah.
of a car.
Okay.
But I didn't see Christine. But no,
What's
that's
Christine?
Christine is a Stephen King book turned into a movie about the killer
Oh.
car that possesses its
Oh,
drivers.
funny.
Yeah. No, I did not see Christine in that.
Oh, that's a great
Great Easter egg. Yeah.
Thanks,
And
Bill.
I'm sure there was other Easter eggs in there too.
Are you a big Stephen King reader, Bill?
I used to devour Stephen King. Oh,
You know who I devoured? Who wrote Jurassic Park books?
Michael Crichton.
Yeah, I went through a whole phase where I like read all his books.
I would go through these back. I think it was like the beginning of 1990, I want to say, and we had a lot of big snowstorms in Newton, and I would sit up on a windowsill and just watch the snow and read The Shining because it takes
Oh.
place in a very
Oh.
snowy landscape.
Scary.
Very scary, very scary. And after that, I couldn't get enough of Stephen King.
I was reading Jurassic Park, funnily enough, in Florida, like in between going to Disney World, and it's a tropical environment. Here I am reading Jurassic Park, which takes place in Costa Rica. Yeah.
So
I was
you know my
freaked
pain.
out. Yes, and it was like a very rainy afternoon, which is why we weren't at Disney, and I was at home reading Jurassic Park, and it freaked me out.
Yeah, no iPads.
Okay.
Keep you on your phone. And another thing I want to point it out is that you don't really see many vampire children.
No.
And I thought that's creepy. Just seeing a children's playground, you see the slow moving swing and the teeter totter. In any kind of film, you always know something is going to go down when you see abandoned children's toys or park rides, a little seesaw horse that's just slowly moving back and forth.
That's why Sid in Toy Story, that really freaked him out, the ending of Toy Story.
Yeah, but anything having to do with kids and not snowy, but a foggy landscape freaks you out. And other
That was
than
very well done, that scene.
Yeah,
The fog.
other than the Lost Boys, I don't think we've ever seen any other vampire children. And I know I'm wrong.
Well, what about
Twilight
Interview with a Vampire and
Yeah.
Twilight?
Okay, all
Yeah,
right, there
Lots
you
of things,
go.
but they're used in measure.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
these kids were bloodthirsty vampires. And Interview with a Vampire,
Oh, I don't.
I don't remember what's her name.
Yeah,
Kirsten Dunst.
Kirsten Dunst. Yeah.
She was great in
She was
that.
fantastic.
Yeah, but and in Twilight, Esmeralda,
Oh,
Esme,
Esme.
yeah.
Is that-
But that was a baby. But now you have these blood sucking kids.
Mhm.
That was
Well,
yeah.
Renesmee, that's her
Rene,
name.
yeah.
She's technically not
Made you
a
wanna
full vampire.
Go to sleep with the lights on.
Yeah.
I could just sneeze.
Uh-oh.
Boom!
Yeah. Thanks for hanging out, Glenn. We're all wrapping up this conversation.
Oh,
Are we
Yeah.
okay?
yeah. So if you haven't seen it, go
Yes.
and check this out.
On
Th-
Max.
We liked it. There were a couple of story hiccups.
But it was a fun watch. It was definitely a good
Yeah,
watch for the Halloween season.
yeah.
I mean, absolutely.
But this story hiccup you see in every horror movie. Hey, there was a killing up in this house. Let's go in the dark cellar and check it out.
Yeah. That was stupid.
Yeah, I guess I gotta point those kind of things out because when we were watching, it's like, you know what? Now we're voting for Barlow the vampire because if you're that stupid, you just know someone was just killed in this house. Now you can go back to the house through the cellar.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
No. Bill says, bless you.
Oh, thank you, Bill. And when they go through the house, when they're stalking the cellar, looking for the lead vampire, where's he sleeping? What are they holding? Flashlights. Where their wooden stakes and their backpacks.
Yeah. Why are they in their backpacks?
This made me very angry. And a couple of things at the very end, which they had to kind of like, hey, we get like 5 minutes to wrap this film up. I don't know how we can do it. So a couple of things really helped. It really pushed things forward, which it's like, it was going just well up until then.
All right. Bill is weighing in that the 79 version is better and scarier.
What?
All right, Bill, we're going to take you up on this. We're going to have to watch it. It came
Tonight.
up on Max.
Yeah, we're going to watch the heck out of that.
Oh, okay.
Starring David Soul
Oh.
as Starsky.
Thanks, Carmen, for joining us. Have fun with your dinner. Okay.
So I would say that one more point.
Yes.
There were some unexpected things that happened in the end.
Oh,
Not gonna
okay.
say,
I'm like, what are you referring to?
but which was very unexpected. But if you're a Stephen King fan, you kind of see them coming. But if you don't know Stephen King, comes right out of the blue. There's one I'll tell you about later on, or I'll remind you of. You
Okay.
screamed
Oh, okay.
because you weren't expecting this.
Okay. You had to tell me later.
Yeah. All right. So thanks to everyone for weighing in on this. We just watched it last night. We were very excited because it was a good movie and we got to watch it in Halloween season.
Yeah.
Which I think really just adds to it, adds to the fun of watching a movie like this.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't think I would enjoy it as much if it wasn't Halloween season.
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
because.
Looking at you, What We Do in the Shadows, coming out
Oh,
in July
yeah.
a couple of years ago. I think the new season's coming out in November. What is up?
Dude, they just missed it.
What
heck?
is up?
All right.
Well, thank you very much, Rex
Oh.
Gordon.
Cool.
All right, now with that,
Yes.
Glenn, are you ready to come on?
Give us okay.
All right, here he is. Here he is, everybody, Mr. Glenn Stein.
He's gonna share about ICCC. Now, where is this convention?
It's in Nashville. Actually, just on the other side of the highway from the airport.
Okay.
I actually drove by some of the landing strips or something on the way there every back.
Oh, so this is like your own.
I think the non-highway method to get there, but yeah, it's just on the east side of town, and yeah, it's back at the Sheraton Hotel, the Sheraton Music City Hotel, and somebody made this. This is something I got free. Somebody made this last year. It was in Lebanon, which is is like very far outside of not in Davidson County, like 40 minutes from my house instead of like 20 minutes from my house.
Okay, what is
and
that?
On the way. So they came back to the Sheraton. So somebody made this Return to the Sheraton poster, like the Return of the Jedi poster.
Hold it like 2 feet closer to the camera. Oh, okay. Oh, I see.
Yeah, that's cool.
So that's how I made that.
Now, how big was this convention?
I mean, it took all the space at the Sheraton's convention center. I think they use. I mean, there's one big dealer ballroom. There's like the dealer room, and in that dealer room they had the dealers, but they had a lot of the autograph guests. There are a few autograph guests that were sort of in the main like lobby area. It was very oddly organized. I think it did well last year with the space that it had, but it was further out. So I don't know. People seem to think that it was a lot less busy this year.
Oh, really?
Than it had been. And I don't actually know.
In that autograph room that you were just talking about, they had these stage there. Was all the panels taking place right on that stage in the autograph room?
No. I was saying that in the dealer room, that some of the people with autographs were like across the back wall were like the stars, like Brian Muir, Chris Bartlett, Amy Allen, Michonne Boriak.
Yeah. So what I'm asking is, did they have a separate room for the panels, or were they?
Yeah, there's a separate room for the panels. There's a separate ballroom for the panels. You actually went through the toy makers room, where like Jim Swearigan and Simmons and some other people through that room. They got to the McGavick Ballroom, which is where the main stage was, also where the virtual cantina was on Saturday night.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice. Did you go to that?
I went to that. I did not apparently stay long enough to hear Chris Bartlett sing.
Okay. Well, I saw pictures with Thrawn author. Oh my gosh, Timothy Zahn. Did you meet him?
Yes, I spoke to him. I saw him. I actually have. Let me see if it's here somewhere. I think I may have left it downstairs since it's just a little car. But for like Star Wars Galaxy 4, they did these sketchograph cards where someone signed it and the celebrity signed it, and then they had one artist draw on it. And people were telling me how hard it was. They have this Mark Hamill autograph, and they have to draw a picture of Luke Skywalker on the card, or a Carrie Fisher autograph, and have to draw, Princess Leia on the card. Well,
better not mess that up.
Yeah. So I just wanted to have a Timothy Zahn one, and they're like all of them are like super expensive now online, and have been expensive to Mara Jade sketch or whatever. So I got a blank one and a trade for some other card that I had, so I got Tim to sign it now, and I'm gonna have a friend artist in Memphis that hopefully I can get him to do a Mara Jade. I actually have a Catherine Tabor Padme sketchograph from back then that he did, and I think I have at least one or two others of that from Catherine Tabor from that. This is an artwork that I got. It has Padme, Obi-Wan, Bail, Luke, and Leia.
Yeah.
Oh, it's kind of crispy.
Yeah. It's an interesting piece of art.
Who's the artist?
Well, on Instagram, he's Errabo, ERRABO, and I haven't looked him up. He wasn't there. He had his friends were there. Had this booth called like enamel pins or something like that, and they had a lot of pins. They had this Queen
Nice.
Amidala pin
Ooh, that's gorgeous. Beautiful
this
art,
Queen-
Rex.
and this Queen
wow.
Amidala pin, and I also had a sticker for that
Where do you put those pins?
on my incredibly large pin board, which I don't know if I have to move space around. I don't know if I can post a picture in the comments or something
Yeah.
after this, but I have it just outside the door, but it's
It's big.
large.
It's too heavy. I'm
No, it's extremely I'll just read it.
Let's see your
throw
stuff.
Throw in the towel.
Yep.
Screw it.
You won't be able to see it. It says it's big, but
Whoa.
I can see that.
Oh, that's nicely laid out.
That's
this
very
is my
organized.
pin board.
So is it mostly Amidalas?
Oh, this is all Amidala.
Oh,
The
Wow.
top 3 rows up here are official pins, and then the bottom ones, as somebody said, the better looking pins
yeah.
are
Fan made.
fan made pins. I mean, there are a few here that are. This is like Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith that have a lot of people on them, and these are some movie poster pins, but most of them are just Padme.
Cool.
I'll post a picture up still so you can actually see what's going on there.
Yeah, see some. That's a fun.
And I have a lot. I actually probably have like 5 or 6 pins that aren't actually on there yet. So, and I got to make. I don't know how I got to move the face around to
Or
get those
just get a
2
second
pins on
floor.
because they're pretty big.
Yeah.
And then I also got this other pin. This other pin was very tough. This is very limited pin, and they're giving them away.
Droid
Like-
World.
Droid World.
What is it? Is it an Amidala headdress?
It's a droid. So they had this. Actually, they had this whole mystery series of pins. Let me take it off so you can see the card.
It says Droid World. Is that from the comic or?
No, this is Droid World pin trading. So they had this
Oh, I see.
set of pins, and some were in blind bags, and some you could buy straight off. But then the Padme was limited to like 50, and they were selling like 11 a day or something like that, and
Wow.
gave some to some of the other participating artists. So I got there. I was the second person in line on Sunday to make sure I could get it, and I ended up being 10th in line inside because there are people with clubs, and some people who were staying in the hotel just had random badges, snuck in because they didn't make those people go outside because bad crowd control. And I was 10th, but they only had 8 pins left. But
Oh,
fortunately, one of the people that was in the line gave up his spot to me because he really didn't want the pin that badly, and I gave him my trading card, and I gave him a signed John Jackson Miller 501st card.
oh, that's nice.
I think it's about the only person other than like maybe Spencer that I gave a signed card to. I know I gave one to somebody else, but I don't remember who it was.
Can you show the pin up close? Because it's hard to tell on that backdrop.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. There we go.
Oh,
So it's a droid.
oh,
Droid.
cute. Nice. Wow, that's fun. Okay. So do you have any blind bags to share with us, Glenn?
Well, I have a blind bag item, but I was unwilling to go over the blind bag route because there were many of them, and they were it's adorable. It's another adorable.
Oh.
And they had 2 packs, and they're in this like blue round planet thing or whatever in their pack. There's no way to really cheat on these.
Okay.
That I could see, and there was a Queen Amidala one, so I bought that on eBay, and it came like Thursday or Friday.
Nice. We might have to get that lieutenant back on like eBay or something because
Yeah.
I just don't want to. I don't want any of the other ones.
And then the only thing I bought actually on Friday was Spider-Gwen patch.
Recut.
Kevin Lyle did that. I'm sure you may have met him.
Yeah, we've had him on our
Yeah, he's been on
show.
the show.
Yeah, and he did this patch for Free Comic Book Day this year.
That's
He
pretty.
said he has done one. He said he has one Star Wars one, which I think was Boba Fett this year, and one Marvel one for the store near him.
Nice.
And then I, from the Tennessee Star Wars Collectors Club, I got this. These are actually the things I bought at Friday night. I bought the Sabine figure and this puzzle pop vinyl Star Wars pop vinyl puzzles.
Oh wow.
And then from the Star Wars Collecting Club, I won this Bo-Katan retro figure. I also won another puzzle.
Cool.
But then they had a whole bunch of patch. They had a whole bunch of like collecting like patch chases. So they had this that Chris Mott sort of led me on to. So they had these this trooper set of four patches.
Wow, those are all patches. Cool.
And then there's they connect. So this is droid. I got to figure out how to spell here. Droid Factory ICCC. Oops, I'm not ICCC.
Oh, I see.
So they connect. They're four patches, and if you got all four of those, if you got all 8 of those, you won. Oh, I don't know if I have it up there. Oh yeah, you won this set of patches. The set of stickers. I think they are.
Yeah.
And they're foil stickers. You can't see. Maybe if I take it out, you can.
No,
see
I can see that they're shiny, right? They're foil. Yeah.
They're very
Yeah.
foily. Yeah.
Very
I don't know.
cool.
If you look on my Instagram, I guess probably is on my Instagram, but also my Facebook. There's a picture like that. This package won the best swag award.
Nice.
And this is also obviously, as you can tell from the pin, that he is also the person that had the $1 pin.
Got it. Now, did you go to any panels, Glenn?
I went to several panels. I went to Jim Swearengen's panel about Kenner and making the first Star Wars toys. I think that was the only panel I went to on Friday. I was trying to pull up on my phone the panel list to see remind me what I went to. Didn't go to anything Thursday, Friday. Oh, they had this. I went to some of the panel. I guess I went to the panel for the Men Behind the Mask with Aidan Cook and Stephen Constantino.
That's a panel they've done before, though, right?
I had never seen that.
That was the convention tour back in the mid '90s.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
No, this is
Okay.
right. The name that was the name of the panel.
Kenny Baker,
Aidan Cook was
Jeremy Bulloch.
most notable for being one of the Two Tubes characters in Rogue One and in Andor. Stephen Constantino was the
Gamorrean guard and Return of the
Gamorrean
Jedi.
guard who went into the Sarlacc pit.
Got it.
Yeah. He never went to, even though Stephen keeps saying that his Gamorrean guard went in the Sarlacc pit, it never happened. He was on our show. I said, well, look at the footage we're going to show you. Luke Skywalker turns around, slices him with the lightsaber, and he falls down on the sail barge deck. He never rolls into the Sarlacc.
Well, that's what right. So that's what he kept. I didn't. Well, he was the one that was on the sail barge at least.
Yes.
He was friends with
He
Corey
fought Luke
DeWilliams.
Skywalker.
All right. So then they showed this clip of this fan film, this Journey to the Dark Side Ascension, that seemed kind of interesting. I don't know. They had another film last year, and then
Was there like a MC convention host, kind of like what Mark Daniel or?
yeah, they had two. They had a convention host whose name I don't remember. I could look it up. Mark something. And then most of the panels I went to, he introduced Kevin Lyle, who actually did the interviews. So like Kevin Lyle interviewed, I think, Aidan Cook and Stephen Constantino, or maybe. And then Saturday, I went to a panel with Lauren Vaught and John Goodson, who about the prequels, behind the scenes of the prequels. John made a lot of models and still worked there for a long time. Made the Razor Quest, made the Razor Quest in his Razor Crest in his garage.
Yep.
And Lauren Vaught did makeups, like she did the makeup. She painted Amy Allen blue.
Yeah.
And Amy Allen came out and talked about it some during that. And then Amy Allen was shown Boryag, or I don't know how to really say her last name, came out for a panel, did that. I skipped Lady Williams.
It was 1.4 seconds.
Right.
And
right.
then I came back. I went, what?
We remember Aura Singh. Yes.
Aura Singh, right. And then I came to Warwick Davis's panel. And then I stayed for the Heroes of the Rebellion, which had Garrick Hagan, Angus McGinnis, and Dennis Lawson. I was unable to confirm my theory that if had Dennis Lawson been able to been in The Force Awakens, it would have been him that met with Lor San Tekka. Unfortunately, I didn't get to ask my question during the panel, and when I went to look for him at other times, he was not there. So I did not get to find that out. And then they had an auction for some stuff that went really expensive, and I left quickly because I could not afford to buy any of those things.
Well,
And then Sunday, let's see, they had Star Wars trivia panel, which is
okay, tell us all about this.
okay. Now, this is what they've done. I've been to like 3 or 4 of these at ICCC and 1 at Star Wars Celebration. Kevin does basically just he asks questions, and if you get it right, you win a prize. It's not some sort of
Do you
everybody
line up to answer the
well,
question.
well, let's put for normally you like last time that you lined up. This year there were like so few people in the room that he just went around. And I don't know that if I brought up any of the things that I won, I couldn't get everything upstairs.
So that didn't pull in a big audience, the Star Wars trivia?
This is like late. This is like 4:00 on the last day. It was the last thing before the cosplay contest. So I don't know. So whatever it was, there weren't that many people there. Chris Mott was there. A lot of other people I'd seen. And I, of course, got the question that I had correct. 2 questions. I won some pins and a pop socket that said ICCC, and they had the event pin and something else, some sticker I won or a magnet or something that's downstairs. And there was also, as an addition to those other patches, there was a Color Wars thing where you had to go pick these color patches. You had
That's Walrus Man.
You
Wallace
made out
Man.
of this convention.
Yeah, that was like one of the questions. Yes, what's Walrus man's name?
Is it something
Ponda
Nadon?
Baba. Palma? No, he's Ponda Baba.
Oh,
Hammerhead was Mama Nana.
Oh, okay.
Snaggletooth. If you got all 4 of these, you got this blue Snaggletooth, the too tall.
Nice.
Then you had the green alien.
Funky.
Dead green alien looks like, what does it say there? And
Oh.
Hammer Time. Here's Hammer Time.
Hammer time.
Cute.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then after that, they had the cosplay contest. There was they had
Hold on. what-
everybody got up on stage.
Hold on, I didn't read that. Skywalking trivia is always incredible.
Yes,
Thanks.
I want the trivia is much better than this, but this trivia they had there.
Thank
it's
you.
Really, because it's at least competitive, at least or something. It's just sort of.
That's fun.
There are a lot of people there that had no idea that they're just wondering. I was like, I think there's a thing called Star Wars.
Yeah.
I've seen all the movies like twice.
Wow.
That
That's
she didn't get the question. And he has some tough ones like, who did this person play in Star Wars? It's like, really?
Yeah.
I mean, I know these things. I know like that Ray Park was Darth Maul, but unless Ray Park is actually at the convention that year, you're not going to. People aren't going to know that really.
Right,
Maybe
right.
not Warwick Davis, but
who hosted the trivia?
Kevin Lyle.
Oh, okay.
So he does the same kind of thing. It's like I was saying in past years, people lined up, even at Star Wars Celebration. And I had some of the prizes previous prizes actually traded away, but well, I guess these weren't out anything to do with the trivia, but these are some other ICC 2024 patch, and this is the Boonta Eve Cantina patch.
Oh, that's
Oh.
great.
They have a
Nice.
whole bunch. There were like 5 or 6 from the virtual Cantina tour out in California. Did you get any of these? Did you get one?
No.
No,
Yeah, we're not patch
And
people.
then I had this 25th Phantom Menace.
I've got a drawer of patches that
25 years of Lego.
Oh,
So
look
because
at that.
Lego started with episode 1, so it's also 25 years of Star Wars Lego this year.
Nice.
And here's the other patches I had. This is the 2023.
Ooh.
This from the swap.
I love that.
This is a
Anything with Thrawn.
Gugu for ICCC. Gugu clusters are here. So these, I don't know, Grogu's given a.
Oh, I see.
I don't exactly know what this creature is that's eating the Gugu. Oh,
Is
it's a
that
loft cat.
just a
Oh, it's a
loft
loft cat.
Yeah.
It's a loft cat that's eating a Gugu cluster.
Okay.
That's
Weird.
have you ever had a Gugu cluster?
I don't know what that
No.
is.
Okay, it's like have you had a moon pie?
Yes.
Okay, well it's not. It's more like a large like chocolate caramel cashew thing.
Oh my.
Okay, it's a
and
dessert.
maybe some marshmallow in there too. I think I don't. It's been a while since I've had one. I mean, I know I had like 1 year or like one celebration where we like everybody that's coming brought something from their hometown to represent. And I think I brought Goo Goo clusters that year, or maybe I couldn't find them. I had to bring something else. I also got this patch, but I think I got this for free. When I bought all those pins from the enamel whatevers, they gave me this patch for free. Which I think I already had, which is why I didn't buy it. I hadn't bought it. And then the other thing, okay. So here is a book by Brian Muir about stormtroopers. It's signed by him and his wife. Or his wife with him. And then, here is, I did bring up the Timothy Zahn. So here's the Timothy Zahn autograph on the blank sketch card. But I need to have some.
Nice. So now you need a sketch on there, and that's what you're going to get.
I need a sketch on there. That's the hard part. Hopefully my friend will do it. Yeah, there's a lot of problems with people, all these blanks being out there, and people who weren't actual artists on the set, doing these cards and sort of selling them as, trying to show them as official cards or not making it clear that they're unofficial aftermarket cards.
Yeah.
The people, that didn't work on the set, but
okay.
And also there shouldn't be blank cards. These should have been all sent back to Topps or whatever. It's a big thing that we do not need to go into now. But let's put it that way. This is why that they are basically stopping doing sketch cards and stopping paying, is because of all these cards that are
right.
out there in the
People
market.
can't have nice things because
people
trying to take advantage of. They don't know who's necessarily where these blanks are coming from, so they can't just penalize those people. And now Topps is paying very little, and it's a mess. But and then they had the cosplay contest. The same person that won the cosplay contest back at Nashville Comic Con back in June, won with his Toothless and Hiccup costume.
Cool. Yeah, I saw your picture of that. It was
and I think we need to make this a Star Wars costume contest, since this really is very much a Star Wars convention.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's perfectly. You want to have a Nashville Comic Con, obviously, open to everything, but this is, all the guests this year were pretty much Star Wars. I mean, I think some of the toy makers might have barely worked on Star Wars, or maybe didn't work on Star Wars, but everybody else, all the other guests this year were really Star Wars guests. Although, of course, Warwick did get a couple questions about Harry Potter.
Okay. Well, James is saying you picked up a lot of cool swag, and we want to thank you for sharing that with us, Glenn.
Yeah, a lot of this, and I only bought other than the pins and the poster, I mostly got all the other stuff was swag or stuff that I want. I did not. Did
you ever meet Michael, who runs the convention? Michael Havens?
Yeah, I know Michael Havens. I met Spencer Javits. I met Spencer Javits. And then I saw Chris Mock again, who I'd met before, but
cool.
I spent some time with him. And I'd say I did get Aiden Cook's autograph on a Baba Joe picture, and I had Chris Bartlett personalized. I won a autograph picture at the 501st batch, or in the silent auction. I won the silent auction. I didn't get it for free. And so I had him personalize that. And cool. I may put a picture of that up, and I'll.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for coming on there. I was wondering about.
That's all I can think of for now. It's already 9:05 here, so we're.
Yeah, seeing all those pictures, I was interested to hear some stories. So thanks.
I think I
all right. We will see you next week then.
Yes, probably.
Yay.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye. All right. Well, thank you to everyone who were watching tonight.
Yeah. We really appreciate you coming on and sharing. And next week we'll have a whole bunch to share. We're going to do a bunch of Halloween events, Halloween
horror nights at Universal, and going to go to a big pumpkin patch.
Mm-hmm.
So plenty to share.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you everyone for watching and giving us your comments on this episode of Things We Want to Share.
Things we want to share. Things we want to share. Things we want